Today's session is association rules. Coming to the association rules, it is bit different for the machine learning model. Till now, what we did based on the input data, we will examine the output. Based on that examination information, whenever new data point comes, we will say whether it is belongs to particular class or we will calculate the regression value. If the dependent variable is continuous, we will calculate the regression value. Whether it is the classification, we will predict whether it is a belongs to class 0 or class 1 like that. But association rules is a bit different. Here we won't build any model. Just here we based on some rules what we will say. For example, mostly association rules. Most of the people, e-commerce people, will use this one. For example, let's take the e-commerce center. Whoever buy milk and bread, that people milk and bread. That means whoever have the little boy or girl, then they will buy milk and bread. So based on the previous customer, whoever bought milk and bread, he automatically bought the diaper. So whenever new customer comes, based on the previous transaction, what will suggest if the guy added milk and bread to the cart, automatically we will suggest based on that previous transaction information, we will suggest diaper for the new guy. That is the association rules. Association rules is the relationship of the association among the different items in large data set. Mostly here we need to find the patterns of the purchase behavior. That means here we will apply the if then statement. For example, if he buys particular set of item sets, there might be chance he will then by default he will buy the some other item set. That is the if and then. If he buys some bread, maybe then he buy diapers. So based on that association rules, we will suggest the diaper for the some customers like this. This is the mostly association rules. So let's take how do we create that type of association rules? What are the some metrics we use to create that type of association rules? Means that is the support, confidence, and lift. These are the three metrics we use most commonly used for the association rules. Coming to the support, how do we calculate support? I hope you people remember the probability rule. Probability. How do we calculate the probabilities? For example, it measures the frequency of the particular item set in the data set. It is the portion of the transaction that contains the item set. For example, let's take the mathematically how we calculate support. What is the probability of the item set? Support is nothing but the probability. Item set is number of transactions containing this particular item set by total number of transactions happened. Probability rule, what is the first? In denominator, we will take the total number of possibilities. In numerator, how many times it happens. Same thing here. Number of transactions containing this particular item set by total number of transactions. Like this, we will calculate the support. Coming to the confidence. It measures the likelihood that an B is purchased when item A is purchased. Did you remember how it seems? Did you remember the conditional probability? If B is happen whenever A happens. Here we won't take the entire transactions. Whenever A happen, how many times B happen? That is the conditional probability. That is, did you remember probability of A by B? That is nothing but this one. Confidence of item A to item B. For the condition of A by B, what is the probability of A and B by probability of A? Yeah, so that is the problem. That is the formula we are applying here. Here, support of item A and B by support of item A. That means how many times A happen out of the how many times A and B both will happen. Same rule here. Here, just support of only particular item set. That's why total transaction by how many times this particular transaction contains this item set. Here we are considering A and B. That's why based on A, we are examining the B. That's why total number of transactions particular A happened by is how many times A, B both will combinationally it happens. That is the sentence. Don't worry with lift, it indicates the how much more likely B to be bought when item A is bought compared to B buying independently. For example, lift is nothing but the confidence by support. Confidence by support. For example, here we want to the lift A item A to B. A to B only. What we'll do? First we will calculate the confidence of A to B by support of B. Y means how many times a B we bought that may out of those how many are A and B combinationally the customer buy or buy. That's the we'll
Ma'am,
go with example.
sorry, ma'am.
Yeah, here just I explained how to calculate support confidence lift. Okay,
Yeah, ma'am.
here we will
If
take one example. We'll go through this example, then you people will understand more.
okay,
Till now, what I said, number of transactions containing item set by total number of transactions. You don't know about the what is the transaction, what is the item set. For that purpose, I have taken one example to explain clearly. If you have any doubts, let me.
ma'am, if will can we go to in the previous slide in the confidence part?
Okay.
If we'll relate this confidence in the real-time example, then likelihood that an item B is purchased when item A is purchased. In the sense, uh, B is purchased. B can be diaper, and when it is purchased, A can be a milk, right?
Yes.
Okay. And confidence item A means milk will refers
Confidence means
to.
we have the some transactions. In the transaction, we have the some milk and this bread combination with the transactions whoever the purchases some customers bought both milk and bread. What we'll do based on that information, we will calculate the out of the total A transactions, how many times, how many customers transacted, bought both A and B, that is the milk and bread. Based on that confidence, we will say that is the confidence. Based on that confidence, we will suggest the new customer confidence. For example, in previously we got the confidence 50% or 60%. Based on this 60% confidence, we are suggesting you to the bread. Whenever who bought milk, we will suggest that bread.
Okay.
Yeah. How we calculate that bread with the transactions? What is the previous data? I will explain. For example, let's take the five transactions. These are five transactions. In first transaction is the nothing but he is the one customer who bought milk, bread, eggs. Transaction two means the other customer who bought milk and bread. Third transaction means that third customer bought bread and diapers. The fourth customer bought bread and eggs. The fifth customer bought milk, eggs, diapers. Okay, these are the five transactions happen in the e-commerce center website.
Okay.
Okay, why I have taken only five means if I have taken complex, it will become very complex to understand. If we have taken little number of transactions, then we will able to understand easily.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's take how to calculate the association rules. Let's calculate the before going to the association rules. First, we need to say how much minimum support, minimum confidence will you bear. For example, with 40% or 50% confidence, if we say if the sometimes actually milk and bread have the confidence 40 or 30%. That means little amount of customers only whoever bought milk they purchased bread also. If we suggest for with that 30 or 40% confidence, if we suggest whoever bought milk to the bread, the people feels irritated. Why? Because if we are suggesting based on his intuition correctly, he will feel happy. He will try to search and he will try to buy more item sets. If what we are suggesting irrelevant items, he is buy some milk or something, he is buy that one, but we are suggesting some other irrelevant, for example, coffee, tea, like that one. But he is not interested on that. He is interested on other items. But we are suggesting with a low confidence 30-20%, we are suggesting randomly some item set. What he feels irritated, he will buy only those two and he will go for the payment. He will take those items that he will go. But whenever you can take e-commerce center, whenever one customer enter into the website, they try to convince the customer to buy the high item set which he want, which is useful to him, and by suggesting based on his interest, he will suggest these people will suggest some more item set. If those item set are required or not, but customer, if he see that one, mm, if he feels it is intuitive, who are bought milk, bread, some cheese, they might be have children. Whoever have the children, that people will buy milk, bread, cheese like that. Whenever if
Ma'am,
we
doubt, ma'am.
suggest diapers, okay,
Ma'am, like before slide once you just go through.
transaction.
Ma'am, like these are the five people.
Yes,
In that we are going for the majority. The same we are doing the probability thing.
yes. Here we are calculating the probability. That's what. For example, support of milk. Let's see what is the formula for the support of milk. Number of transactions containing item set by total number of transactions. How many transactions does it have? Five transactions. That's why in denominator we placed the five. Coming to the milk, bread, diapers. Let's check the how many milk transactions, how many transactions have milk, bread, diapers. Let's see. Milk, one, two, three. Out of the five transactions, three transactions only have the milk. Let's check the bread. One, two, three, four. Out of the five transactions, four transactions have the bread. Let's check with the diapers. One, two. That means out of five transactions, diapers have the two. Three, four, two. Okay. Like this, we will calculate the support. That is the here our minimum support is 40. So all are more than 40. So we will support everything. Let's calculate. Now we are just calculated the support of the particular item set. But we need know based on the one item set, we need to suggest other item set. Let's check with milk to bread. Whoever bought milk, we need to how much confidently we are able to suggest them to bread. This is support of milk and bread by support of milk. Support of milk we already know that is the 3 by 5. So we place 3 by 5. Okay. Support of milk and bread. Let's check the how many combinations with milk and bread. Let's check milk and bread. 1. Milk and bread. 2. Is there any other transaction with the combination of milk and bread? No.
No.
So 2 by 5. In in both transactions 5 is common, so we will consider 2 by 5 is the we will cancel the 5 by 5. Then after 2 by 3 that means 0.67. That is the confidence. But the new customer who bought instead of milk, he bought first bread. Then let's see how much confidently we are able to suggest him to this one milk. Let's check. In this place, what we did bread. Bread is the 4 by 5. This is the 0.88 4 by 5. That is the support of bread. We already calculated that is the 4 by 5. 4 by 5. We already calculated the milk and bread combination 2 by 5. Here also milk and bread. Here also milk and bread. Yes, 2 by 5. So 5 cancel. 2 by 4, that means 1 by 2, that means 0.5, 50%. But what is our minimum confidence? 60%. So this one, milk, whoever bought milk, we will suggest bread with confidence more than 60%. So it is accessible. But whoever bought bread, we can't suggest milk. Why? Because uh, the e-commerce center, whenever we build some association rules, they won't accept all and each and every association rules. Why? Because this is the problem. If we are suggesting based on the previous customers in transactions, based on his interest, he will buy more. If we actually his interest is goes one way, but we are suggesting some other products which are irrelevant to that product, what will happen? He will irritate and he will leave that website. So that's why they will say some rules. They will say some threshold values. That threshold value is nothing but the minimum support 40 and minimum confidence 60. So coming to the milk to bread, whoever bought milk, we are able to say 67% confidently we are able to suggest bread. But whoever first bought the bread, we can't suggest milk. Why? Because it have the 50% confidence. But our minimum threshold value is the 60%. Okay, based on this support and confidence only, we will decide. If you people
Yes.
confused, I will explain again how to calculate. And actually, it takes some little bit amount of confusion. That's why I have created another example also. If you people confidently have the at least 70% intuition, then after you will get more clarity on the our next example. But if you have any doubts, you can ask. Let's go for the lift. Lift is nothing but the confidence by support. That is the 0.83 for the milk to bread. Same bread to milk also 0.83. That
Ma'am,
means
once
why?
you just
Because
go through confidence, ma'am, it's
yeah.
little bit confusion.
Okay. Here I will explain again.
Ma'am, same as a union.
Yes, union. So, in above, in numerator, we will use the joint probability. In
Okay, joint
denominator, we
thing.
will
Okay.
use the yeah, normal probability. Let's take the here. What is the support of milk? You people understand probability of the milk. That is the out of the five transactions,
Ma'am, below one
milk
is the
have
marginal
the
probability, above one is the joint probability.
yes, yes. So here we need to same thing. We need to consider milk bread. Here we consider only milk. That's why here we have checked how many times milk presented in the transactions. Out of the five transactions, milk presented three times. That's why here we placed 3/5. Same thing here support of milk and bread. This time what we need to do? Total transactions. In the denominator we will take the total transactions. But in numerator here we are calculating for the both milk and bread. That's why we need to choose which are transactions have the both milk and bread. That is the this one. Here let's see. Milk and bread, there are the two transactions. In third transaction, wherever milk present placed, but there is no bread. In other two transactions, there might be there bread presented, but there is no milk. So whenever we calculate support, if we are calculating support for the milk, bread, eggs, what will happen? The total number of transactions. So that is the denominator 5. How many times these milk, bread, eggs, the customer buy the combination of milk, bread, eggs. It happens only one time. That is the 1
One
by
time.
5. Okay. Like that, we here also we calculated 2/5. Here we have why I have taken milk to bread, bread to milk means some people will say yes, there might be confidence of milk to bread is the 67%. So whenever new customer comes, if he bought milk, we will suggest the bread. But whenever new customer comes, if he bought bread, we can't suggest milk. In interviewer ask why, we will confuse here. He will ask, for example, if the confidence of milk to bread is the 70%. That's when new customer comes, he bought the milk. I suggested bread with the 70% confidence. Whenever other customer comes, he bought first bread. Shall I suggest milk to him or not? If he will ask, we need to say, sir, we need to calculate the confidence for the milk bread to milk also based on the transactions. If the bread to milk have the high confidence, whatever the more than minimum confidence, then we are able to say suggest milk. If the confidence of the bread to milk is less than the minimum confidence, then we can't We can't suggest that one. We need to say like this. If he says the whoever bought milk, I will suggest bread. If the customer bought first bread, shall we able to suggest milk? Won't say yes. You need to say that one. You people need to observe that information. That's why I have taken milk to bread and bread to milk.
Okay.
Got my point? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Lift is just it is the other metric. How many times milk bread whenever milk by bought automatically they bought the bread. That is the this is just information. How is that information? We'll see. Let's see. Based on the given minimum support and confidence threshold, how what is the minimum support and confidence? Minimum support is 40, confidence is the 60. Generated rules would be milk to bread and the bread to milk. Let's see. The rules suggest that if the customer buys milk, there is a high likelihood based on the confidence and lift that they also buy bread and vice versa. But it won't applicable for the complex. It is very simple transaction, five transactions. But real time world we won't get the five transactions. It we will get the transactions within lakhs or 2 lakhs. Here I have taken only three or four items. Yes.
Yes,
But
yes,
yes, three or four items and five transactions. But in real time, we will get the thousands of items with 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs transactions. Just
yes,
if I have taken that many real time data, it's typical to understand this calculation. That's why I have taken simple example. Let's take. Is it okay? You people understand able to understand?
yes, ma'am. But ma'am, if the transactions increases as you saying like in lakhs and thousands something, then how to handle that? Mm.
Uh, See, Akash, someone who are asking if
Yes,
it
ma'am.
is the 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs, it might be. We won't calculate mathematically through the in computer and in our notebook. There might be
Mm-hmm.
definitely some Python package libraries,
Yes.
but you need to know this concept.
Yeah.
If, for example, if you don't know about this confidence value, if you don't know how to calculate this confidence, how to calculate this, what is the importance of this confidence value, you can't say the transactions. If we need to put some threshold values, minimum support, minimum confidence, every time the management they will appoint you to place the association rules. Every time he won't say I will bear this minimum support, I will bear this minimum confidence. If the item sets at the starting time we have the less amount of transactions, that's why we will go for the 60% confidence. But by using this 60% confidence we are getting the lot of association rules. So whoever bought milk bread, we have the some other lot of 30 or 40 item sets with more than 60% confidence. Out of those 30 or 40, we don't know which one we need to suggest. We won't suggest at a time 30, 40 item sets. At that time, what we need to do? We need to do take confidence little bit more. That means 80. What will happen? Whoever bought milk and bread, we will get the at least 10 or 5 item sets which have the confidence more than 80. So like that, so that means these 5 items are most of the people are bought after milk and bread. That's why who whatever the items that have the high confidence, we will suggest that item set first based on the confidence. You need to know that information. Then only, for example, customer gives one data set, transaction data set. He says, this is my transaction data set. How do you create some association rules? By using Python packages like libraries, some other techniques, you build the some association rules. Does he know why you suggesting after milk bread diaper? You need to explain the customer. You need to explain the client or management why you are suggested this diaper for the who are bought milk and bread. If you want to say, first you need to know this one. For that purpose, I am explaining the
Yes.
concept with a little amount of data set. So, how to deal with more transactions data, more item sets, I will explain in our Python practice. Okay.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First, you need to get the idea. If you know this idea, whatever data, if the data have any some transactions will come completely meaningless transactions. That means the one who bought milk, he bought one guy bought the cheese, guy bought the diaper, one guy bought the bread, one guy got the some woodworks, one guy bought the baby powder. So based on this, we will get confused what to suggest after bought the milk to that one. We will in Python practice we will say how to set confidence, how to set minimum support, everything. Previously, we have taken only four item sets with five transactions. Now I have taken eight transactions with different items. Let's here transaction one we have the milk, bread, eggs, cheese into milk, bread, diaper, milk, bread, diapers, wine, milk, eggs, wine, diaper, bread, like this. These are the some transactions. Let's calculate the support and confidence. This is the another example. I have prepared two examples only. If you people have any doubts while calculating support confidence, let me. I will explain again and again. This time I have taken threshold. Minimum support is 20. Minimum confidence is 60. Minimum support 20. Minimum confidence is 60. Let's calculate the uh, support for the milk, bread, milk diaper, bread diaper, wine diapers. Why? Because we won't always go with the single transaction to the other. Based on the actually, whenever we got the transactions, so for example, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, what we see means based on the one, three, four items, what he has chosen, based on the three, four items, what he is chosen, we will suggest the fifth and sixth items. Association rules comes like bigger. So here, in this example, you are able to calculate the support for the each item set separately. Now, here I am explaining the how to calculate support for the two or more transactions. For example, let's take the milk and bread. How here always denominator is 8. Why? Because total number of transactions are 8. In probability also, what we placed in denominator, total number of possibilities. What is the probability of to get head whenever we use the toss the coin? What are the total
Two.
number of outcomes, whether it is the head
Two.
or tail? So in denominator we will place 2. In
Two.
numerator, what is the possibility to get the head? Only one possibility. That
One.
is the 1. 1 by 2. So total probability of to get a head is
Yes.
50%.
One bit.
0.5, 1
Yes.
by 2. That means the 50%. Like that, here also total transactions are 8. Out of these total transactions 8, how many transactions with milk and bread combination? Let's check. Milk bread 1, milk bread 2. It doesn't have milk. It have the both milk and bread. That means 3. It doesn't have this have the milk and bread again 4. So 4. 4 by 8. Okay. 4 by 8. Like this, how
Yes.
many combinations of milk diapers, bread diapers, wine diapers? You can check. Milk diapers 1, milk diapers 2, milk diapers 3. We have the combination of milk and diapers 3. This is the 1, this is the 1, 2, 3, 8. 2, 3, 8
Three by eight.
transactions have the combination of milk and diapers. So 3 by 8. We placed
Okay.
all three. Let's check the bread diapers, wine diapers, like just like same. Bread diapers 1, 2, 3. So 2, 3, 4 transactions have the combination of a bread and diaper. Wine and diaper 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, 3, 4, 5 have the combination of wine and diapers. That's why I have calculated support like this 4 by 8, 3 by 8, 3 by 8, 3 by 8. This is the support. So for this trans support, it is the 20, more than 20. Okay. So we have calculated support. Then after what we need to calculate, that is the confidence. Let's check what is the confidence. If the customer bought milk and bread, what is the confidence whether he go for the cheese? In this what, so here, whenever he bought milk and bread, we need to check whether he bought a cheese or not. So total possible outcomes are milk and bread. That is the support of milk and bread. Out of the combination of milk and bread, how many combinations does we have the with milk, bread and cheese? So
Yes, ma'am.
let's check the milk and bread. What is the support of milk and bread? That is the 4 by 8. Then after let's check the milk bread cheese. Milk bread cheese. 1. There is no cheese, no milk, no milk bread cheese. Second one. Okay. There are the two combinations. Okay. Let's come to the remember with milk bread cheese 2, only milk bread 4. Let's come. Here 2 by 8 by 4 by 8. 8 will cancel. 4 by 8, 2 by 4, that means 1 by 2. That is the 50% confidence. Did you understand? Here milk bread is the 4 by 8.
Yes.
4 by 8. We got the milk bread cheese 1 and 2. So 2 by 8. 2 by 8 by 4 by 8. The denominator 8 will be cancelled. So what we will left? 2 by 4.
2
That
by
means
4.
1 by 2. That is what I placed here. 1 by 2. That is the 50%. Okay. Same thing again calculate for the this one. Bread to diaper, wine to diapers. Let's calculate the support of bread for the denominator. Support of bread means 1. Here we are calculating the, again we come to the two item sets. So support of bread. So we need to check how many times, how many transactions does it have the bread. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is the 6 by 8. That is the 6 by 8. Then after with combination of the bread and diapers. How many bread and diapers are there? Here bread, but there is no diaper. 1, 2, 3, 3. How many combinations we have? 3. That means the what is the support? 3 by total transactions 8. So 3 by 8, 6 by 8. The denominators 8 will be cancelled. 3 by 2 means 0.5. That is the 50%.
Yes.
Okay. Then
Yes.
come to the again calculate the wine to diapers. Like this, we will create lot of association rules. Whatever the association rule reach the minimum confidence and minimum support, this one, minimum confidence and minimum support, we will finalize those association rules. Okay, support of wine. How many times wine presented? 1, 2, 3. Only 3. With the combination of whenever wine, whenever there might be diapers, that many times they bought the wine. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello. Whenever there is wine, that many times they bought the diaper. So both combinations are 3. Only wine are also 3. There is no wine without diaper. So that is
Yes.
3 by 3. That means 100%. Here, actually, previously I checked with diaper to wine. Here we are considering wine to diapers. Whenever the customers buy wine, they automatically buy the diapers. So that is wine and diapers. So support of wine. Okay, 100%. Let's check the lift. Lift is the nothing but the confidence of milk and bread, confidence of bread to diaper, confidence of the wine to diaper by support. Here there is nothing to calculate the lift. Here we already calculated the confidence. Here we already calculated the support. By placing lift is nothing but the confidence by support. That is, let's check, 0.5 by 4 by 8. That means what will happen if we have take this division into the numerator, it will become 8 by 4. So 4 1 ja 4 2 ja. 2 into 0.5 it is 1, like that. 5 by 8. That means if we place, we have taken into this denominator into the numerator, what will happen? It will become reverse. That is the 8 by 5. How many times 5 will go within 0.5? 0.25 times. 0.25 into 8 means 2. Okay. Like this, we will calculate the lift. Based on this, what we are saying here, based on the given minimum support and confidence threshold values, generated association rules would be: the rules suggest the customer who purchase milk and bread are 2 times more likely purchase cheese, and similarly, the customer who purchase bread are 1 time more likely to purchase diaper. The customer who purchase wine are 2 times more likely purchase diapers also. This is so we will say like this. Let's come to the other one. How do we go for? Do you people have any doubts on how to calculate support or how to calculate confidence? Based on the support and confidence, how do we say how many
Yes, ma'am.
transactions are?
Calculation is fine, not an issue with the calculation one. I just, ma'am, wanted to ask about the application, application of the lift means in the in confidence thing, we are able to understand that okay, uh, to buy this, the other item B by buying A, the buying of B is almost probability will increase. But the lift thing, what it tells about actually, lift calculation.
We'll explain clearly here.
Or is it like lift is the final value we have to calculate? It is like that.
Yes, this is the final value based on the lift. What is the will see? Here we say a lift value greater than 1 indicates that the rule body and the rule head appear more often together than expected. That means what we are expecting more than that combination will happen. This means that occurrence of the rule body has a positive effect on the occurrence of the rule head. That means, for example, in this, let's take what is the confidence for this one, this particular one lift. Let's check with the confidence. See, these both are have the 50% confidence, but this is the 100% confidence. Whichever association rule have the high confidence, that association rule will get the high lift value. That means, uh, based on this transaction, what he is saying, if whoever bought wine, there might be chance to buy diaper in the 4 times. 4 times, it's not the 4 times. What actually here, how many times it happens? Let's take wine and diapers, wine and diapers, wine and diapers, wine and diapers 3 times. Yes,
Yes.
whenever the customer bought wine 3 times, the diaper also. But here lift value is the 4. That means that's the here rule of thumb here. So this means together the next part, this means the occurrence of the rule body has a positive effect on the occurrence of the rule head. Positive effect means high, whatever the association rule have the high lift value, that means the
Mm-hmm.
possibility of that association is very high. That means whenever
Okay.
the customer bought wine, the possibility of to buy diaper is very high. The effective is very positive. We are giving the high effective for that lift value, that association rule based on the lift value.
Okay.
That's why we are calculating the lift.
Mm.
If the lift value is
So,
less than 1, that means whenever lift value greater than 1, that indicates the rule body, rule head appear more often together than expected. Whatever we are expecting, more than that, it will happen. But if the lift value is less than 1, that means there may be chance it won't happen.
it won't
There
happen.
might
Less
be
likely
chance
to happen.
it will, yes, it won't happen. There might
Okay.
be chance to fail also. That is the main intuition of the lift.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, this lift value, for example, let's say what we are here, we are doing confidence based support. That means if the confidence is very high, automatically lift will also very high. That's why we will take only minimum support and minimum confidence. Here we won't consider that much lift. That's why I did not explain. But now
Y-
you got the what is the use of lift also. Just lift
Yes.
means what we'll say. If the value of lift is very high, that means this association rules happens more times. There might be
Mhm.
chance to happen this combination again and again. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ma'am, can we go in the first when we have calculated first time the lift one in the previous transactions? About that, I think. Okay.
Yes. Let's see. Does it have the any confidence with 100%? No, these confidence are very low. See, we are expecting
Mhm.
60. Here we got the 67, 50, very low. That's why here we are getting the very low lift values also.
Okay.
Yeah. So that too here we have taken same milk to bread, bread to milk. Let's see confidence. Confidence of milk to bread is high compared to bread to milk. So based on the confidence, if we have selected association rules, it might be sense. Let's come to the lift. What will happen? It gives the confidence lift for the milk to bread, bread to milk, same lift. That's why we will consider only minimum support and minimum confidence as the threshold values. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
that's why I did not talk that much on the lift. Okay, is it clear?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Uh, so, how we will process disassociation rules basically means, for example, data collection and preparation. First, we need to gather all the transactions data with transactions separated by rows, items. Rows, items means within the row, for example, let's take this is the one transaction data. We have the only 4 or 5 items in this. Let's assume we have the 50 or 40 items within the single transaction. We want to build one association rules. Shall we able to identify how many times particular 20 transactions happens? So it's not possible. At that time, what we'll do whenever we go for the Python Express, what we'll do? We in the row we will take the transactions. In the columns, what we'll do? We will separate these all item sets into the columns. I already told you. For example, let's take the milk is the categorical data. We'll take the milk is the separate column. Whenever
Mhm.
transaction, for example, if a transaction one have the milk, we will assign one value. If the transaction three doesn't have the milk, so for that cell we will assign 0.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Wherever we will separately created columns with milk, bread, eggs, cheese, diaper, wine. These are the distinct item sets. We will give column for the each and every item set. Whichever transaction uh, have that particular item set will assign one value. Whichever transaction doesn't have that particular item set, we will assign to that cell 0 value. Like that by convert why because like that only we are able to create association rules. We are able to create this confidence support everything is the mathematical expressions. That's why we need to convert into like that whenever we go for the Python practice. That's why I mentioned that point here. So item set within transactions separated by columns. Whatever the items presented in the transaction, we will separate it by the columns are represented as a binary values. Binary values that means 1 or 0. If the item set presented in that particular transaction, we will assign 1. If the particular item set doesn't happen or that doesn't occur in that particular transaction, we will assign 0 value. So now we have collected data with transactions item set. Then after we will convert it into the as per our requirement. So data collection and preparation completed. Then item frequency analysis, that is the support calculation. Calculate the frequency of support of individual items. Why we need to calculate the individual items? What we say, if for example he bought the bread, wine, diapers, what we need to suggest, we will suggest a single item or we will suggest a 20, 30 items at a time. We will suggest one item. For that
Only
purpose,
one
what we need to
item.
do, whether it is the milk or some other Johnson's baby powder like this. So for that purpose, we will calculate support for the individual item sets and both combinations also. Okay, both combination. What is the confidence? Support of the combination by support of the individual. Yes, that's
Yes,
why
ma'am.
we need to calculate support for the individual and combinations. Frequent item set generation. Identify item sets that meet a predefined minimum support threshold. The a priori algorithm is commonly used for this purpose. We need to check after calculating support, we will take some minimum support and minimum confidence. First, we need to check this combination satisfy with the minimum support value or not. First, we need to check that one. Then after, association rule generation. From the frequent item set generation association rules, by considering the various metrics like support, confidence, and leave, the goal is to find rules to meet the minimum confidence threshold. To meet the minimum confidence threshold. Then after we will calculate the confidence. If the confidence of the particular association rules is exactly minimum threshold value or more than minimum threshold value, then we will finalize that association rule. If the confidence of that particular combination association rule is less than the minimum threshold value, what we'll do? Simply we will ignore that association rule. That is the thing. Let's let's check evaluate. After creating association rules, we need to evaluate the rules. Evaluate generated rules based on the support, confidence, lift, and domain knowledge. Select the rules that are interesting and meaningful for the problem at hand. So, domain knowledge. Whoever have the domain knowledge, that people will evaluate the rules. Actually, customer gives the some data. We have built some association rules. We are saying some confidence, something we are calculated support like this. We have calculated confidence. We have calculated lift. This association rules satisfy the minimum support and minimum confidence. That's why I'm suggesting this association rules. First, they have to check with domain knowledge. The people who don't know about this lift support, but they are working on the analysis of the those transactions. While analyzing that transaction data set, they will get some domain knowledge. The people who are mostly bought milk, bread, diaper, they are interesting on the some other woodwords like that. Based on their knowledge, they will compare whether the association rules which are have the high confidence, does it happens in the transaction data set really or not. They will check themselves. Like that, they will evaluate. Here, this evaluation is the little bit hard. Little bit hard. Rule interpretation. Interpret the selected rule to gain insights into the relationships among the items. These insights can guide marketing strategies, inventory management, other decision making rules. So that's the main thing. Here, only data scientists can't build the association rules. They need some who are have the domain knowledge, who have the some data. They will prepare some insights. If that reaches the marketing strategies, then only they will accept those association rules.
Yes,
Let's
ma'am.
go for the what are the some advantages and disadvantages. Advantages. Association rules help uncover hidden patterns and relationships in the large data set. So we are able by seeing transaction we won't get, but these association rules will uncover means which are hidden patterns are there. It will be show these are the some patterns. Customer purchase patterns like customer behavior, what is his interest based on the previous customer's interest, behavior and product associations and market trends. Market trend means whether it is going increasing or whether it is going decrease. How do we know? So based on our association rules, they will build some insights. For example, let's take we have built some 10 association rules. Out of the 10 association rules, we will say the based on the particular combination of data set, there might be chance to buy some other item sets. So based on this one, they will calculate the how many item sets they are buy. So based on that, they will manufacture, or they will be release that much of amount of products into the market, and it is easy to understand. That means if they buy this product, automatically they will go for the that particular product. Why? Because we are showing some combinations of that type of customers behavior, whatever previously happened. So we are able to, for example, in the while building decision tree or logistic regression, we can't show that one like that. But here, if we have the one association rule, we will filter based on that rule. We will filter the input. So we will get the all our transactions which are have these three these combination of item sets. Okay, that is the easy of understand, easy to explain to customer also. Business strategy. So you people already know. So due to if we are suggesting based on the customer behavior, customer interest, if we are suggesting good whatever he want to buy, so what will happen? Automatically, whenever he observe our suggestion, if it is really required to him now, or it may be useful for in future, automatically he will buy. The customer will buy. That is the business strategy. That is the what happen in all e-commerce centers. Scalability is the assertion rule mining technique like a prairie can handle large data sets efficiently. What is a prairie will explain through the Python. Then you will understand more than this. Okay. So these
Yes, ma'am.
techniques handle large data sets. But here there are some disadvantages. That is the we need the quality data. We need the suppress means useless rules. So the presence of the common items, bread, milk, might lead to the generating trivial or suppress rules that are not actionable or meaningful. For example, let's take the milk bread. What we assume, if some guy who are bought milk and bread, he will go for the diapers or he will go for the Johnson's baby. If maybe the customers relatives, maybe their parents or their siblings, some people suffering with a fever, so he will come and he will buy the bread and milk. If we suggest a diaper or some other Johnson's baby water, what will happen? It's not he feels he will buy those two only, then after he left, right? So sometimes due to that problem we will get the some suppress rules also, which are not meaningful. Selection bias. That means what will happen if the actual milk and bread, there are the out of the 1,000 transaction, there might be 600 or 700 transactions happens the diaper. That means the whenever new customer comes, when if he buys the milk and bread, we will automatically suggest the diaper. Why? Because our data set bias to like that one. So that is the some bias problem. There might be chance to go for the other one, but this is the choice of minimum support and confidence threshold can impact the rules generated. Setting threshold too low can result the numerous rules. So if we have set confidence very low, it generates the lot of rules. Due to that one, what will happen? Too high can lead the missing important associations. That's why based on the how much data set we have, that we need to increase some confidence support values. If we have very low confidence, low support, we will get the lot of association rules, some biased rules. If we have set some more support confidence, so we are able to filter some association rules which are not important, which are some suppress rules also. Lack of casuality. So association rules only indicate the correlation and association between the do not establish casual relationships. So based on the previous transactions, previous transaction correlations, associations, we will suggest there is no casual. For example, some guy. who enter into the website. Actually, he doesn't have any interest to buy any product. He will go through that one. At that time, if we suggest, for example, milk, bread, diaper, Johnson's, what will happen? What will he feels? If we are providing different item set, if is there anything, if he feels it will be useful to him, he will buy. Instead of doing that casual relationship, what we'll do? If we apply only association rules, what will happen? Sometimes who enter casually, he will comes out from the website. So these type of some drawbacks does have the association rules. Domain knowledge required. So this is the main thing. What I said, we need some domain knowledge to evaluate this association rules. Yes, based on that
Yes.
domain knowledge only, we need to evaluate our association rules. So only if they give this project to us, we can't build totally end to end. We can't build association rules without their help, without their knowledge, their evaluation. We can't provide the association rules. Okay, these are
Yes.
the association rules. Okay. Any doubts in any slide?
No, ma'am.
Yeah.
All good.
Thank you.